Happy Manga Monday! And I hope you're all doing well. Today's video, well, you probably saw by the title, it's gonna be a little uncomfy for me, a little embarrassing. I mean, these are 4 titles I really truly do like, but damn is it hard to really recommend them to people to read, because you never know where someone's comfortability line is, and these books could possibly make you a little uncomfy. I don't think they're anything that's like really bad or like really disgusting. They're just weird and a little kinky, so you have been warned. I myself have a little wine I went out and got just for this video, just to help me get through this video, because yeah, I need the liquid courage, you know. So I'm gonna be enjoying a little wine to help me get through this, and if you want to pause and get yourself a little beverage of your choosing, and you can drink along with me. Come on, we'll have a party. I haven't been drinking yet, I swear. Oh my gosh. I'm just like incredibly nervous because these are so weird. Like, they're just weird. They're fun weird, but they're weird. I'd really appreciate you hitting the thumbs up to make it feel worth putting myself out here like this. To know that you appreciate me putting myself out here and talking about some weird and wacky titles for you. And hopefully you enjoy my list. Of course, feel free to comment what your weirdest, kinkiest, guiltiest pleasures that you don't really feel 100% comfortable recommending to people on the regular are below. Always fun to hear. There's others that like are guilty pleasures that are, fun, like popcorn movie, popcorn manga, that to me it's like a fun guilty pleasure. These are more guilty pleasures, like you're guilty, you feel a little guilty, you feel a little shameful about liking them. Is different. Maybe they're shameful pleasures. I don't know. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. I can never make a heart when I'm holding my wine. Yeah, I'll give you a cheers for subscribing. If you do subscribe, it would mean so much to me. So thank you. Without further ado, let's get into it. I already need a drink. Okay, yeah, I've decided to kind of try and do the mildest one first, and kind of amp it up from there. I think I've got it in the right order, but it's always up to someone's opinion which is like the weirdest or whatever. First up, one that I absolutely adore this title, but boy is the premise, it's just weird. It's just weird. So yeah, let's get into it. The first title is Midori Days. This one I actually read when I was a little wee lass, a little teenager, just trying to figure out the world. And I had this to read. Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, the concept. It starts out with this girl, Midori, and she has a huge crush on this kind of delinquent boy. He gets in fights a lot, named Seiji. And Seiji doesn't know Midori exists at all. She goes to a different school. She's never really talked to Seiji, never confessed, obviously, and is a bit stalker-ish, just kind of following him around. Well, that's not weird. That's pretty much par for the course with romance manga from back in the day, especially. What's weird is what happens next. So whatever, for whatever reason, you know, manga shenanigans be shenaniganing. I don't know why I tried to make up a word on the spot like that. It's stupid. Anyway, because Midori likes Seiji so much, I guess, that, you know, one day she just so happens to appear on his right arm. So instead of his right hand, you know, instead of having fingers and a hand, you know, has a little girl with a little face and little arms, little upper torso. No lower torso, mind you, but still the upper one. And you'll see, don't worry, you'll see the upper one. And so Seiji's known for his devil's right hand. But now he can't use his right hand to fight and punch, cause he's got a little Midori on his hand. And he's all like, what the fuck? Why is there a girl on my hand? Which, fair. Why is there a girl on your hand? And Midori, she's just happy as can be. She gets to spend her time with Seiji. She's got no problems in the world. Like, this girl is happy to be a disembodied thing attached to her crush's arm. The logic is so weird. And like, it is so cute. It's so funny. It's so full of heart. But just, I mean, how do I be like, hey, lovely people out there, why don't you pick this title up? It's a cute little title. Just a naked girl on a crush's arm. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing weird about that. Yeah, so that's Midori Days. It's wholesome in every other way that you can think of. Like, is it a little ecchi at times? Sure. Is it a little absurd? I mean, a lot absurd at times? Sure. In more ways than just her being on his right arm. There's other weird things, and it's definitely a product of its time. It's got to be early 2000s, you know. But that being said, it is cute. It is like these characters just grow on you. Like, every character that we're introduced to, even like the side characters, they're also well-intentioned and good-natured and lovable. And Seiji trying to hide Midori from everyone, you know, hijinks ensue when they meet her, their reactions vary. Like, it's just a lot of fun, a lot of comedic gold moments in here, and a lot of really, really weird moments in here. So yeah, that's number 1 on my weird and kinky list. It's something. I love it so much, but yet so embarrassed by it. Next up, and one I just read recently, we have Pleasure and Corruption. Yes, boys and girls, I am a kinky hoe who enjoyed this short series. It was nice. It was just the right amount of kinky. So we got Zen here is our protagonist. He is a major stinking pervert. He likes to take undie shots of girls, you know, with his phone, snap some underwear pics of them to help him cope. And one day he gets caught trying to take her underwear shots, and she just so happens to be the student body vice president. And, you know, he's very much afraid of her blowing him into the cops, to the school, his parents finding out, yada, yada, yada. Reasonable, right? Her reaction, maybe not so reasonable. Her reaction is to blackmail him with said naughty photos and his, you know, phone as evidence, and to do a little stress relieving of her own. So she ties him up. That's her thing. Bondage is her thing. And again, we see things We see things, we see poses, we see moments of pure kinky weirdness that, you know, not everyone's gonna be comfy with. Yeah, right off the bat in volume 1, we have a really weird involving, I wouldn't say it's straight out piss kink, but, it certainly involved this bodily fluid, and it's weird. So weird. The dynamics of their relationship are weird. However, that being said, you can see them both growing closer to each other and developing a strange bond and trust and becoming better versions of themselves through this weird shared kinky little bondage play they got going on. It starts as blackmail, but it does not end as blackmail. And I like that. I liked that the reasons for her to you know, ultimately do the blackmail, and then the reasons, which I had the biggest kind of lingering issue in the back of my head was, you know, why would she get closer to this creep? But honestly, in the final volume, they kind of give me an answer that I'm okay with. Is it perfect? Is it flawless? No. It's a kinky fun time with a cute main couple and some side characters that really aren't memorable to me. Can't say I liked any of the side characters, but I was rooting for these weird kids the whole time, and I do like that they battle each other through this weird little pastime of theirs. So yeah, that's Pleasure and Corruption. It's good times. All right, next up is frustratingly unfinished. Yes, reason number 300 why I am not Dark Horse's biggest fan. Y'all can say what you like about how nice the editions are, and they are nice. But they will give one series 5 different versions and 5 different publications, but they can't be bothered to finish publishing some of their other works. Why? Because it wasn't lucrative enough? Because something happened? I don't know. But so is the case with this little weird gem of mine that I just randomly picked up one day and actually really enjoyed, and that is GhostTalkers Daydream. So this is probably the one nobody will have heard of. You know, if you've heard of it, please comment below. I love when people that have read a niche thing like tell me, oh hey, I've read that too and I enjoyed it, or I didn't enjoy it. I mean, fair play. I won't judge you and you don't judge me, okay? This is a channel of non-judgment, especially this video. So yeah, this is a series, unfinished though it is fun and full of mystery, a little horror, and some scandalous wardrobe choices, I guess. That's yeah. We'll just start from the top. So Misaki has some unusual jobs, I'd say. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these jobs, by the way. Nothing wrong. Not shaming them. But she does work as a dominatrix and writer for a sex magazine. So, you know, she's definitely specializing in a certain career field. But really, those are her normal jobs. Considering she moonlights as a necromancer. If that isn't odd enough, Psyche is an albino and a virgin. Don't know why that was important, but they told us, so I'm telling you. Damn, Dark Horse's summaries are so funny to me. Apparently we in America, specifies, we here in America are almost bored with the reoccurring themes prevalent in the now cliche speaks to the dead genre. For those looking for something extra, and for those who love the concept anyway, Dark Horse Manga brings you the trade paperback series that takes the concept 1 or 3 steps further with GhostTalkers Daydream, a sexy and dark story. But yeah, it is. So why it's number 3 and not near the top? Because honestly, saying it, I'm way less embarrassed than the other two, honestly, but there is something so weirdly wonderful and so very kinky when you read it. Like, it is a sexy dark story, and because of those sexy elements that are put in, whether they always make sense or not, they do make the story stand out from the other stories that have to do with talking to ghosts. I, haven't read this in a couple years, but I very clearly remember certain panels that were creepy or weird or kinky or a little bit of all three. This is its bread and butter. If you like kinky mixed with horror, yeah. I mean, I am really sad that we never get a physical conclusion to this story, but what we do get on its own, with no real conclusion, it's still a good time because of its more episodic nature of just Misaki's day job mixing with her night job, and the night job definitely takes more precedent, but her day job is always kind of influencing that, I guess. Yeah, can't ignore the big parental advisory sticker on it. It's not for the faint of heart. Either way. Well, that leads us to our final entry here. And the one that is most explicitly out there, sexualizing young girls. So I'll just put that out there. But she is sexualizing herself for our viewing pleasure. I mean, Pleasure and Corruption has some kinky things going on. But this one takes it to the next level, let's just say. And that is a title that is sadly out of print. Well, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say sadly, but in the end, it is not really in circulation anymore. You can't really find the published titles for a decent price, but I'm sure if you look hard enough, you can find this story somewhere, and that is Sundome. I mean, obviously, when I thought about doing this video, this was clearly the number one manga I thought of. It starts with an indecent proposal from a far from ordinary girl that turns Hideo's boring life around and makes it just a little bit more frustrating. So, you know how I love Don't Toy With Me Nagatoro because of its teasing? Well, this is all about the teasing, only amped way up. So like sexual teasing to the max, in public, on the sly, right near someone. What can we do? What lines can I cross without really getting caught? This girl is teasing, frustrating, and almost pleasuring, but not quite, this boy in her fellow club that she joins, literally just to torment this boy. Does he hate it? No. He's a boy. They're disgusting. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he doesn't hate it. He is very much intrigued by her and excited that she's giving him this little bit of attention, even though it's only physical, and it's, oh God, there are so many things I don't want to talk about the details of this one because I don't think YouTube would like it. And frankly, I am too embarrassed to say some of the things that this girl does. But yeah, we'll just leave it at she teases him in the club room near his friends from the club, near people that could find them doing different types of things that, you know, might be called indecent by some, by many, to do in public. Yeah. And it's also just like pretty kinky. It's a pretty kinky play. Like it's interesting. It's the most surprising thing about the story, other than the fact that I really like it, which I guess isn't that surprising because I'm a weirdo, is that it has genuinely some heart to it and a pretty sad ending. So just know that going in, I guess, if that would bother you at all. It definitely starts out strong as this is just basically teasing corn. I don't know if I can say the P letter. God, that reminds me of other things. Oh no, let's drink. Yeah, so pleasure and corruption has, you know, how I said there was that little bit of kink. Yeah, this one definitely has that in it. This one has all the kinks. You ever wondered about a kink? You want to see it drawn? No, I mean, I don't think it has every single kink in it, but it has a lot of weird kinky crap, and that's why it's the #1 of the 4, the weirdest, kinkiest read out of them that I enjoy. Yeah, I mean, there's other things that are weird and kinky that I've read that I've been like, There's other weird and kinky things that I've read and been like, yeah, that was fine. But like, these ones I thoroughly enjoy. I like literally think the story is as good as its kinky subject matter. You know, they gave us the fan service, but they followed it up with a genuine story. And yeah, for that, cheers to them. They embarrassed me for this one, but I guess I embarrassed myself for just bothering to admit to these. But yeah, talking about them is the hardest part. I mean, good God, this cover. Like, she's got her hands right down her pants. Like, you know what you're getting if you pick this one up. I picked this one up. It was half off at my manga store. The cashier probably thought I was a real weird girl. And I am. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put this cover down now. I think you get the gist of it. There's really not much more to say. Like I said, there is an actual story to it. It is actually kind of bittersweet in the end, and sad a little bit. But I can't go into the actual story because that would give it away, whereas just can't keep talking about how weird stuff that is because that's not YouTube friendly. So you're gonna see the back before I go, but yeah. And I mean, I'm not like unfamiliar with fan service. I grew up with a lot of those ecchi kind of anime that I just found on the internet, and I enjoyed some of them. Some of them were better than others. I always enjoy them more if they at least have a freaking story to them. Some of them just genuinely don't. But if you're good with that, that's your thing, and that's fine. But yeah, I hope you had a fun time with this weird and kinky list of manga, and hopefully this doesn't get me booted off of YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, maybe I could do like my weirdest or most triggering or dark BL that I like, because I have a lot of weird ones that I like with that too. If that would be something you'd be interested in, I'd definitely be down to do that. Definitely need some more wine with that video, but I think I made it through this one pretty good. It wasn't as embarrassing to talk about in the end because I'm talking to an empty room essentially. I think that's what got me through it. But I know in the back of my mind, people are gonna literally watch this, and that calls for one more drink. And just a heads up, next Monday's video will be the part 2 to the video that I put out that I had you lovely folks help me decide what manga to read if everything goes as planned, I should be uploading my part 2, showing you some little vlog clips from my trip and talking about the manga that I read and that you helped me pick out. And yeah, whether or not I enjoyed them and all that jazz. So yeah, I hope you join me for next Monday's video. And well, there were some interesting titles there, so who knows? Maybe I'll find a new weird and kinky favorite from that list. Well, until next time,